Good morning, everybody. Sorry I couldn't be here. Unfortunately, I have a sick kid at home. And I also apologize in advance because I'm also attending a conference on Wednesday. Those two things being said, I'd still like to make sure that you guys get what you need and class moves along. So I'm going to go through a couple things that we will be doing and explain today's assignment. So kind of where we're headed for the week here is yesterday I had you guys look at what would be good marketing ideas just to build your tool belt and get some ideas around different promotional concepts. Today we're going to be looking at in-game promotional integration or sponsorship. So kind of to back up a little bit, all the things that we'll be looking at this week work into what we'll be doing towards the end of the week, which is our real promotion that we're going to do for the Minnesota Timberwolves, which I'll explain when I get back on Thursday. Or actually, excuse me, Friday. The idea is it's a real event. There's some things that you need to be able to do in advance to be ready for that. So today we're going to start with our in-game promotional integration, which I'll explain shortly. Tomorrow we'll evaluate these promotions through a gallery walk, and then we'll talk about ticket strategies. Thursday we'll get into concessions, merchandising, and increasing what's called per cap spending. And then Friday we'll bring it all together with the Wolves promotional challenge, which we'll work on for the next couple days after that. So to start today, we'll talk a little bit about in-game promotions and sponsor integration. Sponsorships are obviously key and a huge revenue stream. They're a form of advertising, but they really work well when they are built into the game experience, and this is called sponsor integration. The reason, it's fun and it doesn't feel like marketing. What does it look like? Over the next couple slides, we'll look at various examples of sponsor integration. What sponsor integration really does is it integrates the sponsor into the game experience through a fun event that fans can rally around. Here's a few examples. Our first one was done by the Timberwolves, and it's called the Freeze Out the Free Throws with Cherry Berry. Cherry Berry is the presenting sponsor. How it works is if I actually click on this, and you'll be able to go back and review this as needed. This is the overview for the Freeze Out Free Throws Cherry Berry promotion. What you actually will see here is if you attend a Minnesota Timberwolves games, fans can attend and possibly win free cherry berry to the next, or excuse me, on the next day if the opposing team misses 2 consecutive free throws during the same trip to the line in the fourth quarter. Any store in Minnesota will redeem this. As far as what you need the next day or how to redeem, you just need to head to your favorite cherry berry store, present your seat locator from the Wolves game, and enjoy your frozen yogurt. Pretty simple concept. Why it works: people love to scream and yell at games. This only enhances that with the chance to win free stuff, and not to mention that it's food and people love food. How it works for cherry berry: since the risk is very low of a team actually making both or missing both free throws during the fourth quarter at the same trip to the line, only their name gets mentioned and announcers keep saying it over and over every time an opposing team member goes to the line. What actually happens? When people are hungry and they're thinking towards the end of the game, where should we go? They're reminded of Cherry Berry all along the way during that fourth quarter. So the risk is low. Should they have to redeem it, there are qualifications for it, which it still drives people to the store or brings friends that weren't necessarily at the game. So there are lots of benefits to this promotion. Another piece to it, it creates all other attention, whether it gets it in the game or after. Here's just an example. This was from a couple nights ago. So obviously that was the highlight. The announcers were talking about it, which was broadcast to hundreds of thousands of fans that not only watched the game on TV or listened to it on radio, but also USA Today, the big national newspaper, picked up on this, and they ran a really short little story about DeAndre Jordan and how he almost missed the free throws. So you can click on this article again. This slideshow is available for you to review on our Moodle site, and it kind of talks about the promotion. So not only did it get mentioned to the 15,000 fans that may have been at last night's game, plus the hundreds of thousands tuning in, but it also got mentioned in US Today, which has a national audience of over 100,000 people. So it did get a lot of review. Another promotion which the Timberwolves used to run was what would you do for a Klondike bar, or what would you do for a Klondike challenge? So this particular event was a combination where either fans could vote or the Timberwolves just came up with some ideas. So I'm not going to show the video on the right, but the idea was usually it was some kind of weird challenge. Eating cat food, getting shot by a paintball gun at close range, you name it, they came up with some interesting things. And how it worked is on the following slide here, basically one fan was selected from a random section of the stadium, and then that fan would take on the challenge that was created. Like I said, eating cat food, drinking raw eggs, dancing for a quarter to a terrible song, etc. If the fan could take on and win the challenge, that meant that the whole section received Klondike bars. So again, the sponsor is incorporated into the promotion, which reminds people that this is the sponsor and here's what they do. So Klondike, why this works, Klondike already had a slogan, what would you do for a Klondike? So they took the idea of what they are, their brand, their slogan, and built it into this promotion. What does this do? It creates brand visibility, fans enjoy it, it's memorable, and most of all, it doesn't cost much to make or implement. It also creates brand awareness, which leads to customers considering and possibly buying the product in the future when they're at the grocery store or convenience store thinking about frozen ice cream treats. Other sponsor integration promotions include Chick-fil-A, Foul Shot, which obviously they're a chicken place, hence foul, but also incorporated into basketball games, which is a logical thing, the foul shot, as part of the game. So it makes sense. It works very similar to the Cherry Berry promotion. Also below, given that I'm from the Milwaukee area, here is Milwaukee's famous Clements Sausage Race. Again, I'm not going to show this video, but this slideshow is available on our Moodle site. Go look at it. It talks about how they incorporate that. So these are just a couple ideas to get you started. So here's what you're actually going to be doing. I would like you to group yourselves, 4 people max. You can work with less, but not more. Create an in-game promotion that integrates the sponsor. Select a local company that can be incorporated into the in-game experience for one of Minnesota's professional sports teams. So the company just has to have locations here, so it could be a franchise. Otherwise, it could just be something local to the Twin Cities that has roots here in the area. So first thing, select the team, whether that's the Wolves, the Vikings, whatever professional team that you want to select here in Minnesota, just make sure you make that clear. The second thing is, who's the sponsor? So name that company or business. From there, this is where the work starts. Create an in-game promotion that can be incorporated in less than a minute during the actual game. Give it a name. Again, look back at our examples. Explain how it'll work. Again, look back at the examples. And then justify what your rationale is behind it. So when you do that, talk about the benefits to both the team and to the sponsors. Again, I provided a document which is titled, it's actually titled, I gotta fix this. You'll see it on Moodle. And we'll talk about it here in a second. Once you look at that example, you'll see how to do this. As far as the format, what I'm looking for you to do is go out to Moodle. You'll see the format here on the left. Just go ahead, click on that. It's called in-game promotion document. Right when you open it up, make a copy, delete the red text out. That's the stuff that you'll actually answer with your own ideas. Share that with your teammates and share it with me. A couple things just to remind you. This is due on Wednesday. What I will try to do is get to the school early in the morning, print these out, and put them up around the room. You'll actually be doing a gallery walk on this one and evaluating which one you think is the best. You can't vote for your own. So again, you'll see these put up around the room, just the sheet that you filled out. You'll read each other's ideas, and then you'll vote on which one's the best one. The big takeaway here is not that you win, but that you see many different ideas that may be cool, and you gain a little bit more to put with your marketing tool belt. So add on to those marketing ideas. On Wednesday, I'll also do a recording similar to this that talks about ticket strategies and what we'll be looking at for that. So stay tuned. Again, I apologize that I couldn't be there to help. Do your best. And then when I come back on Thursday, we'll pick up things with per cap spending and also do a little review on any ticket strategies or sponsorship questions that you might have. Thanks again, people, and I really am sorry that I can't be there. I feel awful that I'm going to be gone for 2 days and the fact that I was gone last Friday. So again, sorry for that.